Hello, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's a sunny day today, but it's like 25 degrees out, 30 maybe. Cold. This is our first sunny day in about another 2 weeks. We're going through these spells where it's warm and then the bottom drops out, so cold again. But sunny day, thought I'd come out and get some stuff done. Lots of little projects to start working on for spring. Got solar panel out, starting to do my testing for the cottage. I've got I had bought a little refrigerator, 7.5 cubic foot, that I want to put in the cabin, and that is off-grid. I've had some videos up before, but it's an off-grid cabin and I want to take up some power for it. I didn't want to invest in another propane fridge because they are almost $1,500 to $2,000 depending on what you get. So decided to go with a residential 7.5 cubic feet from Walmart. I'm going to do another full video on it, but it's a good day to get out one of the 200 watt solar panels and start testing that with I've got it hooked up to the Bluetti AC 180. That's that little 1 kilowatt power station. It's running great. So doing that right now. Got the camper open, getting some air in there, doing some work out back, also doing some work out in the front. We had the gas line has been trimmed, and I did a whole set of videos on that. Birds are starting to come in, including the kestrels. I think that was a kestrel. But let me pan around here and I'll show you what's going on here. So big change back here from last year. As many have seen on my previous videos, trees have all been cleared off the gas line. They did spread seed, but I don't think they did a great job. So we'll see how that turns out. I ended up putting back down the dog fence. Had to reestablish that because it was all chewed up. And I knew it would. I came out here the other day and ran new cable because I found old cable. Well, this is all muddy. But let me show you what I found. So here's pieces of the old cable, and I ripped out probably 30 feet that they had brought up. So I've got to trim that there. It's buried pretty good. So that's the old cable that I reestablished. So the dog fence is back up, which I'm happy about. That way they can get used to that again. Still need to clean up behind the barn here. I want to put all this inside the barn. And this is pretty much what's left of the wood. A couple of big chunks here. This thing weighs probably 200 pounds. But I'm going to have to put that right on the splitter. Maybe cut it, we'll see. I can put that on one of those big splitters without any problem. I also have this here. This is a big crotch of a trunk. This has got to be 300 pounds. It's huge. There's 10 inches right there. So, I mean, you're looking at a good 24-inch chunk. But that's all been cut. Plenty of wood. I told my dad and my sister, come get it. We'll just split it over here and you guys can haul it over. This is all dry and nice. Then behind the barn I cleaned up all the 4x4s I had back here from another project. Those are all just sitting back here. So I pulled all those out, start to dry, and I want to cut them up. I have no use for these anymore. These were all for other projects that never came to fruition. Like I was going to build some sort of a play deck for Danielle, and that never happened. So what I'd really like to do is bring over the wood pile from over there, stack it underneath the trees over here and get it out of the way. So that's kind of the plan for over here. Oh, then I came out to the barn the other day and I stepped on my ramp and one side of the ramp came undone. Then the other side came undone. Always something. So what happened here is when the guys built this ramp for the bottom of the barn, they had a ledger board here they used, and they just used their nail gun and nailed it up into this piece of wood down here. But guess what? When they nail gunned it up at an angle. So over time, as you step and put weight on this thing, it just pulled the nails out. Very, very poor design. And every one of these nails are bent. So I know what happened. Just the years and years, just move those nails out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to rebuild this a little bit. I'll get out my angle grinder. We'll buzz off all these nails. And then what I think I'm going to do is just get under here and we will probably just screw it in. I'll get some big screws and we'll just screw it into that wood. Yeah, final story out front. So when the guys are coming through here with the equipment to take out all those trees, I had asked them if they could take out this old stump I had in the front yard. Probably 8 to 10 years ago, I cut down a tree up here, an old ash tree, and I asked them if they could come by with a stump grinder because they were here. They gave me a good price, couldn't turn it down. So the guy came over here with a stump grinder and he started to take it out, and he hit a piece of concrete, which was odd. So he cleaned out around this piece of concrete, and it was a cover stone. Cover stone was over like an old 4 or 6 inch clay pipe that went down to a room. So I'm suspecting that this right here, under here, is an old, what do they call them, privies? Or this would have been what the porta pot was. I suspect. But the problem is, it's in this pile somewhere. When he was grinding up that stump, he buried it, and I did not mark it. So I've been kind of digging out around here to try to find that cover stone. And I found a piece of, 2 pieces of concrete. Found a brick here, and I found this big old brick here. Actually, it's a big concrete block, and you can tell there's something here. But I think it's over in here somewhere. I think I got to move up a little bit. So that's going to be a separate video. Always something around here, always something. But what I want to do is, I had shined a light down into that hole when that guy was here, and it went down like 8 feet. And it was just a hole. It was a hole, and I saw the ground, and there was like a wall right on the one side of it, and that's all I could see. So I don't know if that was partly filled in, because this was an old farm back in the 1800s. And I suspect that was part of the old farm. Usually those old privies, I've been researching those on YouTube, and they usually filled them in. This one may not have been filled in all the way, which is weird. Which tells me what's holding all that dirt up. Why is that not caved in over the years? But lots going on. Alright, well, I'm going to call it quits here. We're about 10 minutes into this. And do a couple more things. Go from there. I hope everybody's doing well out there. I'll keep you posted on progress around here. If you're new, Sure to subscribe. If you're into old privies, you never know what I'm going to find. If you're into solar projects, we're going to be working on that here. You just never know what else is going to happen. All right, on that note, everybody have a great day. We'll see you on the next one.